Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking to you about a friendship that started way before mobile phones, texting or sharing memes. Back when diplomacy meant handwritten letters, secret telegrams and Cold War stares. Yes, I'm talking about India and Russia, the best buddies of international politics. It all began in 1971. Back in 1971, during the India-Pakistan war, the world was watching, and not always with friendly eyes. Many countries, including the United States and China, stood with Pakistan. The United States also sent its 7th Fleet into the Bay of Bengal. It was a show of force, aimed at backing Pakistan and pressurizing India. But guess who stood with India at that time? Yes, Russia. Not only did Russia sign a historic treaty of peace, friendship and cooperation with India, but it also sent a naval flotilla to counter the US Navy. This move by Russia effectively deterred both the United States and China from intervening and allowed India to carry out its operations successfully, leading to the creation of Bangladesh. That war cemented a bond, but it didn't stop there. Now let's move on to the second pillar of their friendship, diplomatic relations. Since 1971, Russia has stood by India on almost every global stage. Whenever Pakistan raised the Kashmir issue at the UN, guess who backed India? Yes, Russia. When India expressed its ambition to join the United Nations Security Council as a permanent member, Russia said absolutely, and it didn't stop at just kind words. Over the years, the two countries have been collaborating on various platforms like BRICS, SCO, etc. Russia also supports India's entry into non-proliferation regimes like Nuclear Supplies Group, thus backing India in its strategic goals. Now let's move on to the most important pillar of their relations, the defense brotherhood. Friends, this is where the bromance goes full beast mode. Russia remains India's biggest arms supplier. From fighter jets to submarines, the two countries have been deeply tied in military cooperation. The BrahMos missile, jointly developed by India and Russia. The S-400 Triumph air defense system, bought from Russia. Russia was also the first country to sign on to India's Make in India defense initiative in 2014. During Operation Sindoor and the conflict that followed, Russian technology gave India a serious strategic edge. Friends, this isn't just about weapons, it's about trust. Now the fourth pillar of their relations, India's attitude and belief in strategic autonomy. In 2019, when the world condemned Russia's annexation of Crimea, what was India's attitude? Well, India abstained from voting at the United Nations, not because it approved war, but because India chooses independence in foreign policy. And more recently, during the Russia-Ukraine war, when the West imposed sanctions on Moscow, India continued buying Russian oil and military equipment, standing firm in its belief in strategic autonomy. Because for India, friendship doesn't mean taking sides. It means staying true to your interest while respecting the bonds that you've built. So, why are India and Russia still BFFs? The answer is simple. Because their relationship isn't built on trends. It is built on trust, history, cooperation and respect. In a world that keeps shifting, these two nations have managed to stay aligned, quietly but powerfully. And honestly, that is friendship goals. So if you found this video insightful, hit that like button, subscribe for more global stories and drop a comment on what you think about India-Russia ties. Until next time, stay curious and keep listening. Bye.